Hello and welcome to Reviews of Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about the brand new rom-com film, Marry Me. This film is directed by Kat Coro, and she has done films like Life Happens, and she's also done some TV series as well. And real quick before we dive into my review, if you like movie reviews and Blu-ray hauls, you're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and comment if you want to see this movie or you have seen this movie, and maybe what is one of your favorite rom-com films. Now without further ado, let's jump into my thoughts on this brand new rom-com film. Music superstar Kat Valdez is about to get married in front of dozens of fans, but when she finds out that her fiancé is unfaithful, she decides to marry an audience member named Charlie in the crowd instead. The film stars Jennifer Lopez, Owen Wilson, Maluma, John Bradley, and Sarah Silverman. Who would have told me after going into this film this week after 3 releases that this film was going to be my highest score out of all 3 releases? I would have told you that I thought that you're crazy. But honestly, after watching this film, it still isn't that good, but at the same time, it's not really bad either. So going into this film, I can say that the trailer was just really bad for this film. I really just didn't really care for the premise. For the most part, I really have never really been much of a J-Lo fan. The only movies that I've really cared for her in is movies like Hustlers, and then a movie called Parker, which is an action movie with Jason Statham. I really like that movie. And then Owen Wilson, I've always really loved his work, so he is what really drew me into watching this film, as I really elected to watch this on Peacock rather than going to a theater to see this one. So I'll start with my positives of this film. I really like Owen Wilson in this. I like his character. I like that he is a blue-collar kind of guy. He's a math teacher in this that has a daughter, and he's a really kind of patient kind of guy. He really isn't into social media. He doesn't want to be famous. He just wants to kind of live his life and kind of do his own thing. I also like the fact that, it can be a really fun story having opposites attract. In this case, it's a little bit out there, but I really like the fact that we have an opposite attract story. It could be a very truthful kind of story in real life as well. So it's kind of cool seeing the opposites attract. And then I also think that J-Lo's outfits in this, they're really good. She has a really nice wedding dress. She looks really good, and it really pops on the screen with her having this dress. And then also the music in this, it's very catchy, it's very effective, and it has those pop elements that make you want to sing along as the film develops. The film is also very harmless, it's a very easy watch, and it's not a sexual film. You have no gross humor or nothing really outlandish with humor, and it's really just about this relationship that is trying to blossom from the ground up, a really testing of the waters, if you will. As far as negatives for this film, I really thought that the film had really low stakes, and there really is no surprises. It really follows that rom-com formula. And then I also thought that the jokes in this, they're very non-existent. I can't even remember a time in the film where I was really laughing. I didn't really think that anything that was going on in the film was very funny. And then I also thought that J-Lo and Owen Wilson's chemistry, it's not really there for me. It felt a little forced at times, and I felt like by the time that these two leads finally kind of gain a little bit of chemistry, we have J-Lo kind of going back to her old ways and not really going back from those old ways to the new ways of just trying to move on and trying to get comfortable with this new life that she has for her. And wrapping up my final thoughts on this film, I really think that a lot of people will be able to relate to this film because of J-Lo kind of having her heart broken. I think most of us have kind of gone through an experience like that. So you'll definitely have some relation to her feelings in this and her emotions that runs through her head throughout the film. But for me, overall, I don't really think that this is a film that's really breaking the mold or really inventing anything new. It's pretty standard. It really doesn't do a whole lot. It works to some extents for me, but not others. I'm gonna give a score of this film a 2.5 out of 5. It's all right to me. It doesn't do a whole lot for me. It may do more for other people, and there could be other people that really love it. It's a very easy watch, and you can kind of watch this with family, as like I said, there's no gross humor or anything too sexual, and it's pretty standard and pretty harmless to any type of audience. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on my next one.